Hi, welcome in the space of becoming Indigenous again. My name is Judith, and I got into the process of becoming Indigenous again by my son, Balder. Maybe you saw him in another video. For me, becoming Indigenous again means finding a way back to the wisdom of nature. Learning to grow my own food again. Natural food of the season. It means choosing natural medicine. Maybe learning to find it myself. Take responsibility for my own health. It also means returning to the natural time. The time of the quiet, dark night and the lively day. And listening to the cycle of the moon. Adapting the seasons. Living with the weather as it is. With the elements, earth and water and fire and wind. With spirit. Back to the wisdom of nature is also about respecting nature in myself, in my body, my emotions and feelings, my monkey mind. It means accepting growing older and dying when it's time to go. Coming back to the wisdom of nature includes accepting the natural facts of life. So, this is not only about that Sunday walk in the park or the beach, however beautiful and uplifting that can be. So do it as much as you can. Back to nature is much more than that. Back to the wisdom of nature as I see it requires a complete transformation into a more natural life. It means respecting all life and all living beings as equal. Of course, all the wonderful human beings, the lovely animals, the beautiful trees and plants, but also the more frightening ones, all that crawls over the earth, till even insects, fungi, bacteria and viruses. It's so important to live in harmony with them too. We need them more than they do need us. Our whole material life is dependent on microbes. Yeah, and then on the other side, in my life, there's also an open heart for the living beings who are not visible to everyone, who can be felt and seen or heard as angels or guides or power animals, and other helping appearances of spirit. For me, that's nature too. And very important as it comes to the meaning, the purpose of life. My life anyway. As I see it, coming back to the wisdom of nature is an answer on many, many urgent questions of these days. Questions of health and surviving, of climate and environment, sustainability, of justice of course, and of peace. We now collectively face the dead end of the street, so to say. The gaping holes in the road, which we cannot longer ignore. We cannot even avoid it anymore. To fall into the ravine at the end of all the adventures of exploiting animals, nature, the earth, each other, without compassion, even without the tiniest bit of attention, of awareness of what we are doing. Now there's a fly on the camera. Nature. Yeah. It comes to an end, our luxury lifestyle. And we have to diminish our footprints as Westerners. That's a matter of justice and also a necessity, because we only have this one earth, this beautiful, wonderful, one and only earth. And we cannot go on with this wasting, polluting way of living. I don't believe anyway that it is possible to change a bit. We have to reinvent our lives fundamentally. And we find ourselves as humanity in a dead-end street. We cannot do anything else but walk all the way back till we find a new balance with nature and with ourselves and with each other. I really think, and I'm not the only one, it's time to make that big change in our lifestyle, to come back to the wisdom of nature. And we can learn so much about all this from indigenous people who never forgot to live in balance with nature. We all descend from indigenous people, and in some way we all are indigenous on earth. We all carry that indigenous wisdom in our hearts, in our genes, that wisdom of living in nature, of co-creating with nature. Deep inside we know what is right to do. We only forgot almost everything about it. But the good news is we can learn it again. We can step on the path of becoming indigenous again. It's all about connecting. Connecting with nature, connecting with spirit, with all living beings on earth and beyond, and in the universe. And everyone and everything is connected and is part of you and me. My way of living, the choices I make, influences all the other living beings, whole life on earth and in the universe. Isn't that wonderful? That's what I believe. And therefore we need that more conscious, natural way of living. And that's what we try to do, Balder and I. What we like to show you on this channel, what we like to talk about, including our bloopers and oopsies. So, thank you for being here with me for a while. If you want to hear more about this, follow us, like this down there, and we will be back soon.